What's happening, sports fans? How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Good day to you, and I am watching ESPN's coverage of the draft 2025, day 3, and the buzz has been Shadeur Sanders. When will he be drafted? Well, the wait is over. Cleveland Browns selected the former Colorado Buffalo quarterback in the 5th round with the 144th pick, and a lot of people are saying, well, why the hell it takes so long? We're going to talk about that in this segment. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channels, that is TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle on YouTube, and smash that follow button here on TikTok. I'm glad this is over because we all know what was going on. This shouldn't even came to this. Shadeur Sanders had to wait to day 3 to be drafted by the Browns, who, in my opinion, should have drafted him earlier in the 1st round, but then they had opportunities to get him again. Then they had opportunities to get him again, as well as the Saints, as well as the Giants. Matter of fact, these quarterbacks were chosen before Shadeur Sanders. Obviously, Cam Ward went number 1. Jackson Dart. The Giants traded back up in the 1st round to get him in the 1st round out of Ole Miss. The Saints chose this guy, quarterback Tyler Shaw out of Louisville. I didn't watch him play at all. The 3rd round, the Seahawks took Jalen Milroe, and the Browns took Dillon Gabriel. So now Dillon Gabriel and Shadeur Sanders are teammates on the Cleveland Browns. Now, it has been crazy all the last couple of days on the internet. People going off. There were stories that broke prior to the draft that Shadeur did not interview well, that some anonymous sources, people were talking and said that his interview, he put him off with his brashness and all this. At the end of the day, they was putting out negative reports on this young man, and I think that was totally unfair, and I think it was a lot of BS. Matter of fact, somebody even went so far as, and I watched this on their IG page, someone went so far as to play like they were the GM for the New Orleans Saints, Mickey Loomis, and call Shadeur like the Saints were gonna select him, and then said, no, you're gonna have to wait a little longer, from a private number. They called it. Why would anybody pull this BS on this young man? I have no idea. A lot of this, I think he failed because a lot of it has something to do with his pops, with Coach Prime. And I think that was unfair. I've listened to a lot of commentators. Matter of fact, I was listening on the radio to LeVar Arrington give his take on it. And to be perfectly honest, he was making all kind of excuses why he felt like Shadeur should have been dropped. He said he just compared him. He's like he's not good. Now, I ain't got a problem with somebody that's saying that they don't think he's that good. Okay, I get it. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But when you start not liking a guy because of, you say he's arrogant or he's cocky, that ain't got nothing to do with his play on the field. His numbers spoke for themselves. Regardless of the conference he played in, the competition he played, his numbers were just as good as Cam Ward's. Their numbers were similar. There's no way in hell that Jackson Dart, this Tyler Shaw quarterback from Louisville, even Jalen Milroe, because he was inconsistent, and Dillon Gabriel, there's no way that they should have been picked before Shadeur Sanders. Again, the negative words that were put out by a couple of anonymous NFL scouts or whomever it was during the interview processes dropped this young man all the way down to the 5th round. And you say, why? It ain't a big deal. He got drafted. Well, there's a big difference in being drafted in the 1st or 2nd round than the 5th round. That money is totally different. Not that Shadeur needs it. We understand that. It ain't about the money, but it's about the opportunity. You know, 5th and 6th rounders, you know, it's going to be tough. Now, we know a former 6th rounder, Tom Brady, made it happen. But those stories are few and far between. We know Mr. Irrelevant made it happen 2 years ago, Brock Purdy. I'm not saying that it can't be done, but, you know, the situation is a little tighter, you know, in Cleveland. Now you got, 4 or 5 quarterbacks? Deshaun Watson, Dillon Gabriel, you got Shadeur Sanders, you got Kenny Pickett, and you got Joe Flacco. They got 5 quarterbacks in Cleveland now. But this whole process, it makes you question the NFL and how the game is played. They played a game with this young fella's career, and I don't think that's cool. I'd like to know what you guys think. Talk to me in the comments. I'm Kendrick, the sports guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.